So 1.6.1 PTS recently got live, and most of you guys probably watched my patch notes video, or you probably read the patch note itself. But I know a lot of you people don't have access to the PTS, and probably not everyone have been able to tune into my stream or other streamers. So I thought I would go through some of the biggest changes in my opinion, and like show them visually how everything works. So like loadouts, and like you can see here the old Dark Zone 2 camp spot. Yeah, so here we got the changes to the old Dark Zone 2 camp spot that a lot of people got annoyed by. I mean, a lot of people used to go man on tier and camp there, but now it's actually more open, so you can't really camp there as well. So I really like that change, because I thought it was a really boring and cheesy way to play, to be up there, or like to play against people up there. Yeah, so I like that they fixed that a lot, because I don't like when people just sit in a spot like that, especially when they do use every cheese they can. But yeah, so let's check out the loadouts. Yeah, so finally it's here, the loadouts. I've been waiting for this for so long. We should have gotten it earlier, but at least now it's here, so let's go through it. You can see my gear that I have equipped. Final Measure 4-piece 2 high-end exotic. I have a sniper and a LVOA. You can see that's the loadout there, and there I have another build, other talents, other skills. And I'm gonna equip the solo build now with high-end. And you will see here everything swapped. Gear mods as well, weapon mods as well, performance mods. And there you can see the marker that shows that item is actually in a loadout. See here the skills and talents swapped as well. You need to have your items on you, so you can't like have them in the stash. You need to have them in the inventory. You can't swap in combat as well. So here I'm gonna save a loadout. That's the same loadout. I'm just showing you how to save it. Then you can press J and you can rename it. You have names to choose from here. You can't do your own names. We're probably gonna get more names. I would like to see like a name for the actual gear builds, like striker, final measure, high end, or blah 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 like that. Hopefully something they will add. I just swapped the chest there. I'm overwriting it. And now I will swap back to the final measure. And bam, it remembers everything. Like this is just so... This is gonna save me so much time. And you don't need to have multiple weapon mods, gear mods. Like it's just so nice. Because you're gonna save so much space, so much time, especially you guys that have multiple builds like myself. I'm just so happy with this change. And it's actually working really good as well. So they did really good job on that. So let's check Nimble. I'm pretty sure you heard Deadeye is balanced but Nimble is broken, which is something sarcastic I've been saying, since I think Nimble is not too strong and it's very easy to kill somebody nimbling, and they are looking into that more into Deadeye, which I think is stupid, since Deadeye is just so overpowered. I don't care what anyone of you say, you can't counter it. The only way to counter Deadeye is to not appear on the Deadeye guy's screen if the Deadeye player is good or know what he's doing. So basically, yeah, Alt F4, that's how we counter Deadeye. You guys are welcome, but yeah, enough about that. Let's check the Nimble. So what Nimble does now, instead of healing you full HP when you do cover to cover, Nimble will now apply healing over time in 4 ticks over 4 seconds. As long as the player stays in the destination cover, leaving cover will interrupt this effect. The total amount of heal is unchanged. So they did not, so they did keep the healing amount, even though it feels lower. So the heal basically works like adrenaline works now, but you have to stay in cover for 4 seconds. But I mean, I've been testing it and it feels like it doesn't heal too much. You can see here I'm sitting in cover. Like I'm barely moving, just sitting in cover just to show you how much damage they do. And yeah, it's healing very slowly. So yeah, I died, which was kind of the point there to show you. So you have to sit behind cover and play it a bit smart, which like in PvE this won't make any... Like in PvE this is not gonna be a big nerf, right? Get the same healing amount, you just sit behind cover. But when you play against other players, then it's gonna be a big change, because sitting in cover in PvP, if they are close to you and can actually shoot you, then you are dead. Like, sitting in cover is the worst thing you can do in PvP. So I can't really see myself using Nimble too much in PvP anymore. It can be good to maybe start off with, like, you do cover to cover, you have attack advance, you get the heal over time, you sit a little bit in cover because you are getting a heal, and then like you move out from the cover. Maybe that's the only like really thing I can see it being used in PvP. But I do understand the nerf on Nimble. They don't want people to do cover to cover, and then after that cover to cover they instantly do another cover to cover. Like, you just go from cover to cover all the time. Like, I understand that, but maybe they should have put a cooldown instead and lowered the amount of healing it did. Or if they really want to have this healing over time, it should be healing a little bit more. Or maybe like even have only 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Like, I feel like 4 seconds, it's a bit too much. And the healing you get, it's not enough, I feel like. If you keep it like it is, but open the healing, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of this change, but I do understand why they did that, even though it's not OP or like super strong in my opinion. I don't think they want to have that gameplay going cover to cover all the time. I'm pretty sure they like it, but when you're only doing that for so much, I don't think they want to have that, so it's understandable. Hopefully they manage to balance it a bit more, because I do think it's not really too much worth to use at the moment. So, something that I actually did miss when I read the patch notes was the scope sensitivity. So they did add that now. This is something that I think should have been in the game since the beginning. So before it didn't have scope sensitivity, it would use your ADS sense. Which means if you want to have the same sensitivity when you are scoped as your ADS, you can't do that. So that's why Deadeye was a bit weaker, because you always have to be scoped. So what I did when I played Deadeye was to put up the sense. Like, I have 4% on the other, you can see that, and I put Deadeye on 12 or 13 to kind of have fast movement, and then it works really well to play with. But when you ADS, like I'm doing at the moment, then the sensitivity would be super fast. So at least now you can fix that, which I'm super happy about, because that's one of the reasons why I never use the scope when I snipe. Because my sensitivity when I have the scope is just way too low. But now I can up it a bit, like have it at 8% like I have right now, and it feels way better. So yeah, that's a little change that I think will help a lot on console especially. But sadly this is another buff to Deadeye, so it's gonna make Deadeye even more powerful. So yeah, hopefully they will look into Deadeye and balance that set. Last time I actually got something interesting. They will actually give you extra caches depending on your performance. For example, you can get the KD champ if you have the best kill death ratio. If you kill the most NPCs, you can get a reward for that. If you do the most healing, you can get a reward for that as well. So if you get one of those just in your team, you will get extra caches. So you get rewarded for that. I think this is a pretty cool feature. So you can even see it in the scoreboard when you're in game, who's like leading. And then after the game you can see here as well who got who in the scoreboard and in the end screen as well. So it's just a little cool thing rewarding people a bit more. And another small thing they added, if you go to the menu here, you can see it says last stand team, where you have your group. So you can see the local group, and then you can see your ally group. So basically who you're queued with and the other group. So you can actually, so if somebody's annoying with voice activation or just really annoying, you can just mute them super easy. And yeah, so that's pretty handy. And then we have another quality of life improvement in Dark Zone. So with landmarks, a lot of people would farm that and only kill the bosses, and then they wouldn't clear the landmarks, or they would like keep 1 or 2 NPCs there. So when you come there you think the whole landmark is up, but there's only actually 1 or 2 NPCs. So now if you actually clear the landmark, you will get an item in your inventory. So I just cleared the landmark and I got a weapon here, which you can see, which already in my bag, so I don't have to extract it. So that's really nice. On top of that, I got the experience as well. And of course it's PTS, so I do get an exotic Midas. Nothing too special, but still. Of course you get really good items in PTS because you can't keep them, but yeah. Yeah, so it's nice that this is finally in here. We've been talking about it a lot, so yeah, nice. Something else that I heard people notice is that we have a new weapon. It's the M249 saw, which I do actually remember we had in the 1.6 PTS as well, I'm pretty sure. And I've seen this weapon in the spreadsheets before. It's similar, it's actually exactly the same as the M249 or MK46, right? Here you can see it doesn't have any attachments except the scope. But stats wise, base damage, firearm scaling, everything is the same in the spreadsheet, right? But if you actually do look in game, like you can see here, I'm comparing it to a MK46, and you can see the base damage on the M249 is just insane. They like in the spreadsheet I was looking at, they had the exactly same, right? But this is almost 10,000 more base damage. The downside with the weapon that I saw now is the doesn't have any weapon mods though. But I mean that damage is just insane, especially on an LMG with damage to target out of cover. So I mean if we look through here, we can see a AK for example have super high damage. This one got 7k more than an AK. So I mean this weapon is super strong. I don't know, this is probably not balanced yet. I mean I haven't tried this actually, but this one seems a bit too strong. I'm gonna look into that more. If you guys want to try it, just create a new character and you will get the M249. Sadly you can't recalibrate it because it's probably not in the system yet. And yeah, it's not balanced yet as well I think. So yeah, just thought I would let you guys know. So I did try it here a bit. The recoil, I mean it's shooting really slow, so it's pretty easy to control. So here I'm just shooting while not controlling. You can see it have some horizontal movements for sure. But now I will try to control it, and I was actually laying down in my chair while doing this. And still you can see like it's pretty easy to control since the rate of fire is so low, right? So yeah, interesting to see this weapon when it comes into the game and gets balanced, because that was way too much base damage. So last but not least, we got the Seeker Mine nerf or balancing. It still got the same damage, just that they took away 20% of the burst damage and put that as a damage over time. I did try it here, but I barely feel the damage over time, so I'm not sure if that's working as intended. I'm using my final measure build here, so I mean it's 210k skill power I think, with no Seeker Mine mods or anything special, no chain reactions, so I'm not completely sure about that. But I've been playing a bit, and most of the times the airburst doesn't do too much damage. Then I had some situations where it did a lot of damage, so I'm not sure if it's working correctly. Like you can see they're barely taking damage. But yeah, I think that was it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this a bit different video. Like usually it's more about gameplay and highlights, but I like to try new stuff and I think these kinds of videos I kind of need to improve on, so pretty fun to show off like new stuff for you guys. But yeah, talking about new stuff, tomorrow on Monday I will stream Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, which is getting released on Tuesday, so the devs did hook me up with that, so I will be playing that. And if you're into sniper games, I would make sure that you would visit the stream. I will also have a video on Monday as well, so yeah, I can't wait for that. If you're into sniping, make sure to tune in and check those out, because I will have something special for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, have a nice day, peace. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do daily division videos, all from gameplay to guides, highlights, build videos. And if that's not enough, you can find me streaming daily on twitch.tv/widdz. Have a nice day.